All right. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Appreciate it. First of all, we'd like to wish Jason Groves well. I know he's having some health problems, and we look forward to getting Jason back. He does a great job here as our beat writer, and we'd certainly like to see him back soon. Also, we voted on captains this week. I don't know if you guys were aware of that or seen that, but the team voted on the captains, and offensively it's Royce Caldwell and Anthony Muse. Jason Huntley was right there in the voting also, which was good. And then on defense, it's Terrell Hanks and Shamad Lomax. So really congratulate those guys, and really happy and proud of them. I think they'll provide great leadership for us moving forward. Moving forward into this week's game, Wyoming is an outstanding football team. I don't know if our fans, fully appreciate what they've done, but we are trying to now sustain winning, and Wyoming has already sustained winning. So they're a program that we would very much like to emulate from top to bottom. Coaching staff is very stable, excellent coaching staff. They recruit the right way. They develop players. I think they've really invested in their program. Their administration has really invested in their program. And from top to bottom, again, they're just a team that we would like to emulate. This might be very well be the best defensive football team we play all year. They're ranked top 10 in defense. One of the most impressive statistics on them was last year, there was only one team that was able to score 30 points on Wyoming, and that was Oregon. So that's quite a stat to have, and impressive. Probably got 5 NFL prospects on their defense. So we are certainly going to have our work cut out for us. And again, they're a physical team. They just play the right way. So this is going to be a real challenge for us, but it's a great opportunity, and we certainly look forward to it. So take any questions.
So, Coach, I was wondering who the starting quarterback is going to be for the Aggies on Saturday.
I can't believe somebody wanted to know that. We are going to start Romero. Matt Romero is going to be our starting quarterback for this game. Nick Genty will be the backup, and Josh Atkins will be our third. We've had a really interesting battle at quarterback all the way back to last spring. And Nick and Matt have been very similar as far as completion percentage and interceptions. And those are things that we really monitor. The other thing that we really look at is making plays, either running or throwing. Who's getting you down the field, who's generating explosion plays. And that's really what it came down to. Matt was doing a little bit more of that than Nick. But, again, in Nick, we have a guy that's played a lot of football, knows our offense very well. So if Matt, falters or, if the stage is too big for him or whatever, we have the ability to bring Nick in at any time and settle him back down and keep playing. But we certainly hope that we're going to be a one-quarterback offense.
Wyoming named their starting quarterback yesterday. It's going to be redshirt freshman Tyler Vanderwall. What do you know on him, and does that change anything in preparation? Does that help in any way?
It really doesn't change anything because, Wyoming, the reason Wyoming is good is because they have concepts that they believe in both offensively and defensively, and those aren't going to change. Very similar to us. We're not going to change our concepts either. So regardless of who the quarterback is, they're going to be what they're going to be, and so are we. Obviously, they think very highly of that to start a redshirt freshman over a senior. He's obviously been heads and above better than the senior. So I know he'll be a very talented young man. And, again, we'll have our work cut out for us.
What I guess maybe was it just the fact that, or get me to talk a little bit more about what Matt did to win the starting job and why you feel like he's the best guy for the job?
Well, I think, Colin, that's a good question. When you look back at the spring, Matt was learning the offense. Obviously he just got here in spring ball. But even while he was learning the offense, what he showed was the ability to extend plays, to make the offensive line a little bit better with his mobility, and the ability to make plays. Even when it was a busted play or something like that, he could scramble and find people open, or he could scramble and run. So while he was learning the offense, he was already doing those things, and he was not turning the ball over, which is huge. When you can play that way and not turn the ball over, that's really effective. And then that carried over into the summer where we had a chance really to teach him the offense a lot more detail, and into two-a-day camp and fall summer camp here. He's obviously learned a lot more of the offense now, but he's continued to be able to extend plays and make things happen. So again, that was probably the biggest issue.
How much have you maybe tailored the offense to his skill set a little bit more?
Yeah, I think, again, we have concepts that we're going to use no matter who the quarterback is, but there's certainly every quarterback has, different things that they like, and you can tell that maybe they like, throwing in breaking routes more than out breaking routes or things like that. So you do kind of tailor some things to that. Mac has great running ability. He's very mobile, so that does give us the ability to do some more things with him as far as running the ball. Same time, we got to keep him healthy, and he's got to understand to get down, get out of bounds, and things like that when he does run. But I think whenever you have a guy that can move like that, it helps your offensive line, especially when you're playing a defensive front like we're going to be playing Saturday night, which, again, might be the best one we play all year.
Coach, how much easier is the quarterback's job in this offense when you have Caldwell and Huntley and some others in the backfield?
Yeah, again, that's what I feel good about, Adam, is we really have recruited and developed skilled players really well here. So, we don't have to have a quarterback go out and win the game on his own. What we've got to do is we got to get the ball in Huntley's hands. We got to get the ball in Royce Caldwell's hands, Lottie, O.J. Clark, Boone. We got a lot of weapons, especially wide receiver and running back. And I like our 2 young tight ends too. So it's distributing the ball. That's what he has to understand. And we got an experienced offensive line. So if you are going to break in a new quarterback, this is the group to do it with because there's a lot of talent around him.
On film, I guess if I had to compare Wyoming's offense to a team that you guys have seen in the past, they look a lot like a Sean Kugler UTEP team. A lot of I formation or running the ball straight ahead. How do you feel like you guys match up front against a very physical Wyoming offensive line?
Yeah, well, that's the key. They are very, very physical, and they are a power run oriented team. But then they lull you to sleep, and then you hit some big pass play on you off a play action or something else. And they have good skilled guys. They've got the ability to get you in one-on-one situations and get the ball to people. So. Again, it's a task. They have big physical running backs, so us tackling is going to be at a premium. And we have to do our best to try to make them one-dimensional. We have to do our best to make them have to throw the football. And that's going to be the task for our defense. And we need our defense to really step up and play well early in the year. We're going to be a little work in progress offensively. We lost 3 big weapons off our offense last year. And I just don't know that you can replace that in the first game. I think we're going to be a very good offensive football team, but we may have some struggles early until we get our feet on the ground with a new quarterback and those type of things. So in that process, we need our defense to step up and keep us in games, and we need to be much better in special teams, particularly in the return game, than what we've been in the past.
The fact that both teams are going to be starting a new quarterback, do you kind of see this kind of being more of a defensive struggle on Saturday?
Well, it's going to be a defensive struggle regardless because of how good they are defensively. But, certainly usually when you have 2 quarterbacks starting out, you're not going to be as high scoring as you're going to be at the end of the season. But the same token, we're confident in what we have offensively. We've got guys that can make plays. And our quarterback is a little bit different than most systems that, it doesn't matter if he's a first-time starter or not. He has to be able to operate. We're an air raid offense. We're going to throw the ball. And we're going to throw the ball this Saturday. And he's got to be able to find open receivers. He's got to be able to know when he's hot and get rid of the ball versus blitzes and all those things. We can't just change the way we play. And we want to play an aggressive style of offense. For us to be successful, we have to score points, and we have to be aggressive offensively. So, we're not going to change that.
Coach, you talked about their defense being very physical and aggressive. What kind of scheme do they run, and what are they really good at?
Yeah, Ken, they're a 4-3 defense basically up front. They really do a great job of mixing their coverages up. They play some man coverage. They'll show you man and roll out of it. They do a really good job of disguising coverages. They do a nice job of bringing pressure at opportune times. And again, the front makes them good because they can get pressure with just that front 4. So, again, we've got to do a nice job, I think, of keeping them off balance with some different things. We've got to be able to control those 2 defensive ends and slow the rush down a little bit. So, I think we can't get in a rut of just the same type of protection every time or the same run scheme. You know, we got to be able to mix things up on them.
Guys on the line, do you guys have any questions for Coach? Any other questions?
Yeah, this is Danny Nee. How about any injuries, Coach?
You know, Danny, we actually have been very fortunate through camp. We're coming out of this thing really healthy. Caleb Mills was a junior college receiver that we brought in, just got here in May, and he did fracture a collarbone. So we won't get Caleb back till the end of September, October, which was a shame because I tell you what, he was really playing well, and he will remind our fans of Jaleel Scott. He's a 6'5", 215-pound wide receiver who thankfully has 3 years here coming out of junior college. So he's going to have a great career ahead of him. We will get him back, but we did have that one injury. Other than that, we're going to be just about at full speed for the game, and like I say, camp went really well in that regard.
Ken or Reese, you guys have any questions?
I think I'm good. Appreciate it. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, just a message to the fan base. You know, the game's on ESPN2. First game as an independent. I mean, if you had something to say to the fans to come out to the game, what would you like to say?
Well, I can tell you this, and I've said this numerous times. Our fans made the difference in the last 2 games last year, the South Alabama game and the bowl game. I don't know that we win those 2 games if not for the fan base that was there and how electric the crowd was, and literally willed our football team to win those 2 games. That was my vision of New Mexico State football when I came here, what we wanted it to look like. And we certainly hope it's going to look like this Saturday. We need a big crowd. We're playing, you know, probably, I can't believe Wyoming's not ranked in the top 25 right now. I mean, that's how good they are. So we are going to need a big home crowd advantage here. We need the students here. We need the fans here, not only for this game, but also to show recruits across the nation who are going to be watching this game. You know, this is a great opportunity for us to showcase our program and what we have here in the great city of Las Cruces and this university, and just for our university in general too. It's a chance for us to show off what a great academic facility we have here, and hopefully, you know, increase enrollment and those type of things. So this is a great opportunity for us. At the same time, I would tell you, regards to this game, I told our team, you know, if we're fortunate enough to win this game, this is not going to make our season. You know, it's a 12-game season, and it's a marathon. We got a lot of work to do regardless. And vice versa, if we're unfortunate and don't win this game, it's not going to break our season. But this is an opportunity for us to do something really special, and it's an opportunity to keep momentum going. But we want every Saturday to look like it did at South Alabama, whether we're on ESPN or not. We want Aggie Nation to show up, come out here and have a great time tailgating, and let's start to build that to where it's consistently like that every Saturday.